Welcome back, guys. My name is Fernando Herrera, and today I'm going to be telling you how I was able to make $14,000 in revenue on Turo so far this year. And if you don't believe me, check out my numbers right now because that is the absolute truth. Now, before we begin, don't misunderstand $14,000 in revenue to profit. Now, again, I'm a big firm believer that I don't want to deceive anyone. I don't want anybody going out buying cars and putting them on Turo and getting eventually to 6 months, 7 months to $10,000 in revenue, and then suddenly they realize, wait a minute, I still have to pay car payments, insurance, and all these other fees and expenses. And at the end of the day, I only got like $2,000 or $3,000 in profit. So I do want to make it clear, this is not profit, it's only revenue. To be fair, my profit so far for the year in Turo has been anywhere between $4,000 to $5,000. And again, it would vary based on maintenance that I still have to kind of dig in. And I'm going to be sharing this report, but once the year finishes. But in this video, I'm going to be explaining exactly how I did that. And so it's going to be a lot of fun or important information that if you're considering being a Turo host, or if you're currently a Turo host, this might be pretty interesting to you, especially because I only did this with 2 cars, and most of the year I only did it with 1 car. So again, something that's achievable. I'm not going to be telling you to get 10 cars or 20 cars, or sell your kidney to do this or that, or go max out your credit cards. So it's going to be something that's going to be fairly accomplishable by anyone who really wants to put that extra time. And of course, there's a risk in everything, but it's going to be fun, and you could kind of just use this video as a reference to see if it can help you on your decision or on your journey on Turo. Now, before I continue, please help me by just smashing that like button. It really helps my channel a lot. It helps YouTube understand that you enjoy this video and that you would like YouTube to recommend this video to others. So again, if you do enjoy this video, please smash that like button and consider subscribing. I am posting every week on Friday about Turo. So again, if you're a Turo host, or if you're thinking of joining the Turo community, well, again, this is a great way to gain knowledge. I already have a whole bunch of videos about Turo, and every Friday I'm continuing to post more. On top of that, I do post another video about crypto, or just in general, just lifestyle, that might be helpful to you as well. Also, if you have a question at any time that you would personally like to reach out to me, then Instagram is a great, or the best way to reach out to me. I do get some comments on YouTube and I try to respond to all of them. Also on Instagram, I respond to all my messages. But again, Instagram normally I do take a little bit more time, especially because that's where I'm kind of like just responding to just regular inquiries or questions that people are asking. So be sure to follow me on Instagram and message me if you have any questions. But anyways, let's go ahead and begin the video. So how did I start on Turo? What did I do? And can you do it too? You see, when I started considering Turo, I did exactly what you're doing right now. I started watching YouTube videos and seeing the experience others had and what they had to say about the platform. So the first step, of course, is going to be researching, getting some information. The first question I had was, is Turo good? Is Turo bad? Will my car be safe in the platform? Who will cover it if somebody crashes it or totals it or destroys it or damages it? So the short answer to this, and I've said it in so many different videos, but it's Liberty Mutual. It's an insurance company, at least in the US, that they will take care of everything. Again, Turo does take responsibility if a guest damages your car. Turo obviously does take a cut of your profits. However, that's for the purpose of making sure that your car and your asset is safe. So to start off, that should not be a concern. Now, the other question I would ask myself is, do I need insurance? The answer is yes. Even though Turo is going to be insuring the duration of the trip. So again, if somebody books your car for the weekend, well, Turo's only going to be insuring the car for that weekend. The moment that they are no longer in a trip, then you have to have your own coverage, so that way you can drive the car, and also you probably might need insurance just to register the car as well. Now again, in terms of insurance, don't complicate things so much. You either have personal insurance or commercial insurance. Commercial insurance is normally for businesses, and I would recommend going with commercial insurance if you have $500,000 as a net worth or above, meaning that somebody could actually sue you and go after your personal assets, or if you simply have more than 10 cars. If you don't have any one of those options, I personally would not recommend commercial insurance, because you will be paying roughly $300 or above per car if it's less than 10 vehicles. Now, also a question that a lot of people would have is, well, if I get personal insurance, do I have to allow or tell my insurer that I'm going to be doing Turo and this and that? Well, as long as you make sure that your insurer doesn't prohibit you from car sharing your car, then you should be good. Obviously, if you call your insurance company and you tell them that you're going to be putting your car on Turo, they might either say no or they might increase your rate, which again, it might not be completely necessary, because keep in mind that if something does happen along the trip during Turo is going to take care of it. And if something happens when you're driving it, well, technically the insurance company that you're paying should cover it, because it's not a commercial trip. It's not a trip that you were making money off. It's simply you driving your car that you own that you're paying them to insure. So don't complicate things by calling or asking for permission. Again, you can do so, but I personally have never asked for permission from my insurance company, and nothing has happened so far. But again, do your own due diligence. That's just my recommendation. The next question I did have was, do customers like it? So people renting cars on Turo, do they like it? Do they enjoy the experience? And the short answer to this is yes. So it seems to be that Turo is a more innovative way of renting cars, rather than going to Hertz or Enterprise, waiting long lines or just waiting for people or grumpy staff to give you a car. Well, now you could just go ahead, check in, and it's a more innovative way of renting a car. Not to mention, at least when I joined Turo was the only platform that would rent Teslas. So for some reason, I wanted to try out or test drive a Tesla to see if I wanted one, just to get the experience of driving a Tesla. And I couldn't find a Tesla on Enterprise budget, Hertz, any one of those companies. None of them had Teslas. So Turo was the only company that I could find a Tesla. And so that's how I actually got my exposure to Turo. And so again, Turo does have some competitive advantages, especially because if you want to rent a Tesla, probably Turo is still the best place to rent a Tesla out there. Now, after I had decided that I was going to join the platform, that customers liked how the experience was, that the Turo hosts were making profit, and that my car was going to be safe, the next question was, well, is it going to be an economy car or is it going to be a luxury car? So again, is it going to be my Prius or is it going to be a new car that I'm going to buy, in this case, the Tesla? Now, this question is really going to depend on what your purpose or your main objective is. My main objective really was to be able to afford a Tesla, or at least be able to drive a Tesla 2 to 3 times a year without having to pay, $1,000 for every trip. So for me, after crunching some numbers, I said, if I can just list the Tesla on Turo, I can use this Tesla for those 2 to 3 times per year for free. And so as long as I have enough money to pay for the expenses for the car and for its depreciation and maintenance, then I'm good. I don't need money. I have my job and I wasn't looking for a way to make money through Turo. So if you want to afford a luxury car or a car that you really like and you just want to have it or own it, but you don't want to pay it all out of pocket every month, then Turo is a great way to do that. However, if you want to grow your fleet and to make Turo into a successful, more profitable business, then I would probably recommend you go more towards the economy side, or at least starting there. For example, my Prius has been able to book months with $600 in revenue. My insurance is only $87. Maintenance is probably only $30 to $40. And the car payment is already paid. So, economy cars, if you pay them cash, can actually make you quite some money. Now, before you do jump into buying a luxury car or a new car, you do have to ask yourself, do I have enough money to pay for the monthly payments? Because again, if you don't, or if Turo business is just slow, which happens sometimes, you want to make sure that you still have that money in reserve ready to pay, so that you don't mess up your credit score or just, end up hurting yourself more than helping yourself. I don't know if that makes sense, but you just don't want to buy a car that you're not going to be able to afford. Now, after getting all these questions answered, I just went ahead to Tesla.com, placed an order for my Tesla Model 3. 2 months later, I got the delivery of my Tesla Model 3 and I started listing it on Turo. Now, before I did list my Tesla Model 3 on Turo, I did list my Prius, which again, it's kind of ironic because that first trip happened to be one of my worst trips that I have ever had. The guest actually damaged the rim, a tire, broke one of the front shocks, and the alignment was completely off. So I had to spend almost $500 just to repair all that. Now, luckily for me, Turo did help me with the repair costs. However, it was still a hassle, and that being the first trip set a very bad perspective in my end, thinking that, oh my God, is this gonna be every single trip? But after that, now I'm proud to say, knock on wood, after 91 trips on Turo with both my Tesla and my Prius C, I mean, I have never had anybody damage a tire, break a wheel, or anything similar to that. So I guess it was just maybe starting with the left foot to continue with the right foot, which in this case, I'm happy. But with that being said, guys, this whole year, I've only had my Tesla Model 3 from January to September. And then September, I started listing my Prius as well. And I have finally broken the $14,000 mark for this year. I'm pushing to get to the 20,000, but I really don't think that's going to be possible. But anyways, I mean, who knows, maybe I might hit the $18,000, $19,000 mark. But I thought I would just make this video explaining how I thought about Turo, how I joined Turo, what were the questions I was asking about Turo, and then finally what I've been doing pretty much in summary to just get those $14,000. Now, I did have to travel to Mexico some weeks ago, and I was a little bit concerned because I wasn't gonna have the ability to rent my cars on Turo, but someone helped me rent them, wash them, and check in customers. And after coming back from my trip, I kind of thought that was pretty hands-off, and I still made some profit. I mean, I still had to pay this person, but I was happy because it was truly passive income. So I will be doing a video on that concept more in detail for those of you who are already Turo hosts that are possibly thinking in exiting Turo just because of time. This might be a great alternative to that other option of just completely exiting the platform. But well, guys, let me know what you think. What is it that's holding you back on joining Turo? How many cars do you have on your fleet? I know that there's a lot of you out there that have a lot of cars in your Turo fleet, but let me know if it's possible, if it's good numbers with 2 cars or 1 car for the most of the year to be able to reach 14,000. I'm pretty happy for that. But again, let me know in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.